I am live, and I am scratching my armpit. We're off to an excellent start. For anybody who is tuning into this archive, you just got to hear that exclusive message. And I am seeing some votes already happening in the chat. That is fantastic news. I'll let everybody get those votes in while I join my own live stream. Ooh la la. Updates. I should know which. There we go. Visit the site. And there I am. Okay. And how do I see my own? This isn't how I normally see it. This isn't right. I gotta join through my own. Let's see. I gotta click. If I click on this, there we are. Ha ha ha. All right, I'm learning how to how to enter my own live stream. How is everyone doing today? How many of you have been here before? How many of you are first timers here? Please introduce yourself or reintroduce yourself. Share a fun fact about yourself. We're just getting things started off here. Let me know if you have any issues with the sound of anything like that. Let me know. It's always helpful for me to be aware of that information. We're going to be erasing a drawing to start things off with, and I'm going to set this here for now so that I can see what is going on today's stream. Hello, Flash and Toby. How are both of you doing today? A rare Sunday stream. I thought it might be a fun little change of pace to do something on the weekend. I've also upped the volume a little bit in the hopes that you could hear me louder, because I don't necessarily want to scream in order to hit like good volume. So, all right, we are going to switch over to doing a Pokemon soon enough. So get those votes in, and I need to free up an Etch A Sketch for said request. So let's. This one should be good. I've added another table to my setup, and I'm already in love with it. More surface area means more space for me to do things, which is fantastic. So, all right, so we have the keyboard here, we got the mouse, and I'll give you guys a little preview. Look at this. I added a whole nother desk here. I just plopped one here, and I'm already feeling like this was the right decision to make in life. So, it's your first time here, Michael. Wow, how crazy that you have a wrench icon and a crown next to your username. Wow. Beginner's luck, I suppose. All right, we're going to end that poll in just a few moments, so get those final votes in. You know what? I'll set a timer for 1 minute. And we should have access to those gifts for US participants, so... Yes, my productivity will skyrocket. And also, at my other desk, I have been working on my holiday card design for the year. And I had a breakthrough on Friday, and it's going to be a lot of work. So I'm excited for that to come out. But I just realized this will be my 10th holiday card. It's my 10th anniversary of sending holiday cards. I'm very excited about that. Oh, thank you. It's little, like, pom-poms. Little pom-pom baubles. I'm wearing, you can't really tell because my hair is in the way, but I thought it might be nice to wear a little rainbow scarf, and then you can't tell, but my shirt says love on it in rainbows. So I just wanted to be all rainbowy today. All right, so I'm noticing a couple things off the bat. That's a little bit off center, and let's end that poll. Ending the poll in 10 seconds. Get those final votes in. All right, the poll is over, and it looks like it is going to be Staryu. All right, I'm done with that. I haven't etched Staryu yet for my decks. I think I tried once, but I didn't like how it was turning out. So I'm just going to do a quick little search on Staryu. Get some inspo before starting my rendition. And I've got the Etch A Sketch here. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of really cute illustrations. I like this one. It's so bright and jumpy. It's kind of a strange way to describe an illustration, but I think I'm feeling this one. Is it not opening the image in new tab? It is. Okay. All right. I've got my reference photo at the ready. And I am preparing to begin the rendition. Did anyone do anything fun over the weekend? Because I did a lot of work this weekend. Yesterday, Kyle and I did gutter cleaning. Ooh la la. The weather was really nice, and it's November, and we're homeowners, so we're trying to be responsible homeowners. So we cleaned the gutters. There was only one gutter that needed to be cleaned because the rest have gutter guards, which was nice. Okay, so we're going to start up here. And at some point, I should open the package that I got. Let's see, I'm going to move this up to like here. Just check in on my live feed. That's pretty good. Move it a little bit more to the left. Okay. We are starting Staryu. Thank you, everybody, for participating in the vote. You procrastinated all weekend. Now you're going to have to have a busy week. Oh, I understand that energy. This was like the one time I was really like, let's do this work. So we cleaned the gutters and then we raked all the leaves, and there were so many leaves. Just a gratuitous amount of leaves. If somebody wouldn't mind stating when I'm Etch A Sketching, I would love to pin the comment. That would be very helpful. And this is kind of a cool thing. You're in the thick of it. Yes, I am in the thick of it. We're all in the thick of it. You don't know what I'm drawing? Well, one of the people who's been here for a few minutes will know what I'm drawing, so. So we wanted to clean the gutters, but we need a ladder, and we don't have a ladder that was tall enough to hit the roof point. So I thought it might be a good idea to ask one of the neighbors, but the neighbors weren't home. So then I put out a post on the Facebook group. And then on the Facebook group, I got like 7 volunteers who were willing to lend us their ladder. How cool is that? I'm really trying to do a better job, especially after having moved, of being more like actively involved in my neighborhood and trying to like take better advantage of the benefits of community. Oh, Brandon, thank you for the lovely gifts. I just saw on my screen we got the floating heart, thumbs up, flower, and clapping seal. I need to look at my screen more, so I'm going to put that right in front of me so I can see the animations when they play. Thank you so much for those. I hope everybody saw those animations. And thank you, Alora, for doing that. I am going to pin this comment here. That's perfect. Thank you to everybody who... There we go. Perfect. So I will take requests after I finish up this Staryu. And we'll see where we are. Works on phone, not iPad. Ugh. So here's another thing. I think that Apple people might get like double penalized because I feel like Apple products charge like extra fees. So maybe it doesn't play as nice with like Apple specific kinds of things. Hopefully that's not the reason. Okay. So I've got my reference photo here. Oh, I've got my screen in a like really nice spot. I'm pretty happy with this. Okay. So yes, I am trying to take better advantage of the concept of it takes a village. So I think I've come to this realization, everybody, and it's probably not the most mind-blowing realization, but it was kind of a mind-blowing one to me. We live in such, as a U.S. citizen, we live in such a hyper-individually focused society where everything is based on, like, being an individual citizen that is, ooh, thank you for the beautiful confetti thingies. What are those called? They're called party blowers. There we go. Thank you for the party blowers. I did see that animation on my screen. But we're so used to this idea of we have to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and do every single thing on our own. Like, there's a certain pride in having to be completely 100% self-sufficient. And I'm learning that I need to stop doing that. Like, why do I make my life harder by constantly pulling myself up by my bootstraps? Like, why? I don't have to. And society is willing to be there for you if you ask for it. So I put out a feeler for this a ladder because we could have gone to Home Depot this weekend and rented one for $25, or we could have gone to Home Depot and bought one for $200. But I'm telling you all, we need a ladder like once a year. You know, we don't need a big ladder. And we saw in our backyard, like the neighbor's backyard, we saw they had 2 ladders. Like, I feel like everybody buys a ladder. Everyone already has a ladder, especially if they've been homeowners for like over a decade. So I tried knocking on the doors of my neighbors and they didn't open the doors. They weren't home. So then I put out feelers in a local Facebook group that I'm in. And yeah, I got like 7 volunteers locally who were willing to lend me their ladder for the day. And it just goes to show, like, I didn't need to spend that $25. There are plenty of people who are really willing and happy to help. All you have to do is ask. And then there's this, like, beautiful reciprocity that comes from it. Because once once they scratch your back, you're willing to scratch theirs in return. And so as I was waiting for, I was trying to figure out how to acquire a ladder. That was, like, the problem to solve for the day. As I was waiting for a ladder, another neighbor knocked on my door and explained that somebody ordered a Target order on accident and sent it to her property. And it was like misdelivered. I don't know if they put the address in wrong or if Target misdelivered. So she was trying to find out if it was from our house, which was very sweet. And it wasn't. But this is a woman I just met for the first time in my life. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to shoot my shot. And so I said, hi, unfortunately it's not ours. I know we just met, but do you have a ladder? And, we had a little dialogue going, and she lived a few doors away from me, and she's like, oh my gosh, yeah, we totally do. Let me ask my husband. And so that's how we got a ladder. And not only did they let me borrow their ladder, which was incredibly sweet, but they hand-delivered it to us. They brought it all the way to our backyard. Like, it was just... Sometimes it's that easy, everybody. Sometimes it's just that easy. And I want to be that for my neighbors as well. Like, I really want to start off being a homeowner on having, like, a nice reciprocal relationship where we can help each other out, be there for each other, Exactly, Alora, exactly. Because I love helping when I'm in a position to help. It feels good. You're giving back. And it's like an altruistic thing, right? Hello, Frida, by the way. It's nice to see you here. So I think that those kinds of things are what are going to help me, like, feel less isolated in society, because I think there's just so many aspects of life where I'm so used to doing everything on my own. And it's like, why am I living life on hard mode? I don't have to live my life on hard mode in certain regards. Like, I'm in these buy nothing groups. Some of you might be familiar with them. I don't know if they're just like a US phenomenon, but I'd assume that like other countries do it too. Like, you could join Facebook and you could join a buy nothing group for your neighborhood. People are constantly not only giving away things, but they're asking for things. They're putting out wishes for items, and then people will check their houses and see if they have the thing that the person doesn't have, It's really cool. And I've given away a bunch of stuff, and and I haven't taken up anybody on the free stuff yet, but like I have a full expectation that eventually it's gonna come full circle. Like, if you give, you will receive in return. And so I'm really trying. Like, I don't know, I feel like lately that's just what I've been doing. Game name for the song that just played, or game name for the drawing I'm doing, or game name for the product I'm using. This is called an Etch A Sketch, if you're not familiar with it. And then the drawing I'm doing is from Pokemon. I'm gonna take a little sip of water. One moment, everybody. So if there's anything I can impart upon my audience today on this stream, it's don't be afraid to ask, because the worst thing they can say is no. And my little request was not audacious. I just asked for a ladder, and a lot of people were completely open and, receptive to that request. Ooh, I like the little blow up hand. That one's called Marshmallow High. I like that I get to see the names of the gifts on my, OBS, so that I can actually start like associating the gifts with the animations. Alora says you have an app in the UK called Olio that's for giving away things and sometimes selling things, also for lending and borrowing things. That's cool. See, I love the lending and borrowing aspect too. Like, I don't know if Kyle and I have a lot of things that people would want to lend or borrow, but we want to be in a position to help people if they need something, especially when it comes to lending and borrowing things. And I think that, like, another thing that I'm doing already way more than I did when I was at my last rental is I'm using the library. So I live walking distance from a library, which is life-changing for me. Now, we're still setting up our whole computer system, and so we have our own, like, streaming, all that. But right now, we only have the TV, and I have my DVD player plugged in. So I've been going to the library and checking out a bunch of movies and, you know, TV shows and everything. Oh, I love that, Brandon. See, it's so nice when you got friends like that. Like, that way you don't both need to own your own pressure washer and log splitter. Like, it's funny that those are the things that you borrow from each other all the time. But I love that. I love that. Because, like, why waste the money and have two when, like, it's almost more fortifying when you could ask somebody a favor to borrow it, especially when you could give something in return. Because then it just kind of, like, creates a bond. Instead of just being out there completely on your own, always being the only one to provide for yourself, you know? Like, I don't know. It just sounds a little more bleak when you're always doing everything completely on your own. It just, yeah. It's more wholesome. It's more social. And so I've been using the library a lot more. And we just watched Chernobyl. Kyle had spoken really, really highly about that show to me, and I've been interested in watching it for a bit. And we don't have HBO streaming anymore, but you know, we've got a couple other ways to watch shows like that. But even when you use the other means for which to do so, you're usually having to stream, so that means you need a good internet connection, and we usually have good internet, but sometimes, you know, the file, if we're using, like, a file to watch, like, maybe it doesn't have the right captions, and then you gotta, like, it's, like, a lot of extra steps. So, being able to check out the DVD, fantastic. Requires no internet connection. We're able to just sit down and watch the whole thing. And I think that that's, like... That's been awesome. And then the library also, you could borrow other things from our library, like passes to museums, and you could rent out Wi-Fi hotspots, which is super cool. You could rent out, like, all sorts of other random objects. They don't have a tool library at my public library system, but I do know some libraries do. When I was living in Chicago, the Chicago Public Library had a free makerspace. You were required to actually take a free class if you wanted to use the makerspace, and it had a 3D printer, it had a laser cutter. I always saw so many artists taking really good advantage of those spaces. And it almost felt like a hidden gem in Chicago because I never saw people bragging about it. And I think one of the reasons why is because if they were using it, they didn't want it to get booked. It's like bragging about TSA PreCheck. You don't want too many people to get TSA PreCheck because if everyone's super, no one is. So. You do it with your trade also. You know plumbers and electricians that need automotive work and you'll do trade services. I love that. I love that so much. It's so nice when you're able to, like, actually trade for services as well. It just, there's something really, it's more than wholesome. It's, like, truly, like, a bonding experience to be vulnerable enough to ask another human for help and then to be there for one another. Like, yeah, you two could have paid one another, but it almost feels like a little cold and clinical when you do it from that way. And don't get me wrong, there are plenty of times when you definitely would prefer to just pay somebody for their service. But, like, I don't know. It's hard to befriend somebody in that way. Yeah. You've used the Fire Stick? Yeah, I've heard of Fire Stick. I've never used Fire Stick, but I'm familiar with those, yeah. To anyone joining in, I'm trying to draw Staryu, and frankly, I don't know how thrilled I am with the Staryu so far. I've restarted Staryu in the past, and I might have to put this one back on the drawing board, because I don't know how I feel about it, how it's turning out right now. Yes, that was quoting syndrome. Yes, if everyone's super, no one is. And it's true, like, when it comes to TSA PreCheck, part of what makes PreCheck good is that only some people have it. And for those who are not American, TSA PreCheck is like going through the fast lane at security when you fly. Bum, 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 bum. I like Kirby, so do you. Kirby's lots of fun, and you should play it too. Hey, what's up, Sticky? You know, it's been a hot minute since I've been streaming, but I'm trying to get back into it. One of the reasons is I bought a house, and another reason is I got married. So we've been, we've been all over the place lately, I'll tell you what. But I finally have, like, set up a new space that's only for streaming, which is super darn cool. and I'm trying to get back to it, especially with a new setup, not only like at my desk, but also like visually. I'm trying to do a whole new thing, so thank you, Sticky. I appreciate that. How are things going for you? Are you streaming still? I remember you saying you're streaming. I still haven't caught one of your streams yet. I gotta pay more attention to my notifications on YouTube. I don't know how good YouTube is at notifying people of streams specifically. Has anybody here been notified about when I've streamed? Like, is anyone watching right now? Someone who's been notified of my streaming? By the way, thank you so much to everybody who has joined in so far. If you could do me one solid, it is a completely free ask. Speaking of being audacious enough to ask for things, if you could double tap that screen, that would be incredible. And I would love to hear your stories about times when you had a nice mutual barter back scratching arrangement with somebody else where you borrowed each other's things, or you helped each other out in society, where you were being neighborly, and it allowed everybody to kind of have a net positive experience. Love to hear about that. You always get notified from YouTube. That makes me happy. How can you request an Etch A Sketch? So to Dynex, right now I only have super chats open. You'll see the super chat request values on the screen. But if you send some of those new gifts, if you're a US citizen, you should have access to the new gifts. There's a little gift box at the bottom right of your interface if you're a US citizen. If you send some of those gifts, I'm much more likely to select you as the next person to receive an Etch A Sketch drawing from. I'm really trying to promote this new feature because I think it's a really cool competitor to another platform I won't name out loud. Hey, what's up, Xavier? Nice to see you here. There we go. Your chat wasn't working earlier, though? I wonder why it wasn't working earlier. Thank you, Dynex. I appreciate it. If you like what you see, I encourage you to subscribe because it's all Etch A Sketch, basically all the time on my YouTube. So if you like Etch A Sketch and you like seeing Etch A Sketch art and learning about this esoteric medium, I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button. Your basement's laggy. That's what it is. Oh, you should leave the basement. That'll help. Where we live, it's kind of a dead zone for cell signals. So if you don't have good Wi-Fi connection, your cell reception just gets... Alright. Drawing the feet of Staryu. You love watching streams on weekends. Yeah, I want to stream more on the weekend. It's harder for me to prioritize weekends because that tends to be when Kyle and I do a lot of our errands. But, yes, I would like to do more weekend streams because I think that's like the best time to stream in a lot of ways. You're not in the basement anymore, so it's not laggy. Well, I'm glad that you have relocated to a better geographic locale. Where is everyone watching from today? What was the moment I looked at this media and decided, yes, this is it? So, I mean, I started when I was around 4, and I didn't really consider it like an art medium back when I was 4. It was just something to pass the time. But I kept at it, and it wasn't really like a light bulb Jimmy Neutron brain blast moment, so to say. But it certainly was this thing that's kind of always been a part of my life. It felt as natural to me to pick up an Etch A Sketch as it was to pick up a pencil or probably even more so than a paintbrush. I was always much more likely to want to do Etch A Sketching than painting because painting was messy. And it took more setup, so I always was, like, demotivated by the amount of time it took to set something up. I think I'm gonna call it here for the Staryu. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think the Staryu is gonna make it to the decks. I'm just not 100% on it. I tried to use an image that I thought was really fun, but I think what makes Staryu so difficult is there's so much, like, radial symmetry happening, and this Staryu has a little bit of sass happening where it's kind of like, woo! But I just don't think I hit it right, so. Alright. I actually have already Etch A Sketched Weedle for my decks. Staryu's your favorite Pokemon, Gabriel? That's crazy. Well, we are about to cast a vote right now for the next drawing that I'm going to be erasing. So just one moment, everybody. You're going to have a say in just a sec. So here's how it works. I'm going to put up a poll. And you're going to choose between Staryu and... Where's my little poll button? Alright, it says yes or no in the poll. And then we're going to start a 1-minute timer. So you will vote for which drawing to erase. This here Soot Sprite or Staryu. The choice is yours. I will also accept 500 coin gifts. Or 500 ruby gifts. I forget what they're called. In lieu of the $5 super chat. We've got 26 seconds left on the vote. Apologies for the, By the way, thank you to everybody who's double tapped that screen. That's an incredible and free way to show your support today. Actually makes a legitimate difference for the success of my stream today, so it means a lot. All right, the decision has been made, and it looks like we're erasing the Soot Sprite at the top. Erasing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And poof, there it went. Thank you everybody for participating in that vote. It means a lot. And I will now take a random request from the chat. I will do... There we go. We'll set Staryu aside for now. I wonder if it would be beneficial to put some kind of like... How would moderators feel about there being like a rotating gallery of previous drawings I've done on this screen somewhere? Like maybe at the bottom right or something? Would that be too much information? Would that just be like too distracting? Let me know what you think, especially my regulars. If you'd like to see like previous drawings I've done on screen somewhere. You're rewatching the Pokemon Indigo League? Ooh! That's cool. I was supposed to do, I think I have a request for Berries on tap, but I don't think Berries is with us right now, so I'll take a random request at this time. So give me some ideas, and I'll put up a quick little 1-minute poll for you all to vote for. You don't know if it's too distracting till you're distracted, that's fair. Yeah, I'm thinking it might be a little bit of sensory overload, Frida. And that's a good point, Alora, if it doesn't circulate too hard. Alright, so I'm going to take some, so like the Panthers logo. Okay, keep those suggestions rolling in, everybody. If you'd like to see a request on Etch A Sketch, now's your time to leave them in the chat, because this might be the only free drawing I do today. So, I'm going to put up some suggestions. Oh, and, I have a favor for moderators. Can a moderator screenshot, if you're US based as a moderator, can you screenshot all the new gift options and share them in the Discord? Whatever channel you think is most appropriate. You can share it in the live mod channel, actually. That would mean the world to me, because every time I stream, I don't have a chance to do it. So, alright, so I'll do Panthers logo. Oh, that's very sweet of you, Claire. The only problem, Claire, is that when I have to think of something to draw, I start getting decision anxiety because there's just so many things in the world to draw. And then I find myself sitting like, oh my gosh, what am I going to draw? And then I get like, gridlocked in my brain. So keep those suggestions rolling in. I'll put up 3 requests and then you get to vote for them. Yeah. I'll do, you know, I'll add a Pokemon to this. How about that? Because I'll do Ammonite. Okay. And then I'll take one more suggestion from the chat. I did see somebody, I don't know if Just Nicole is still here. If Just Nicole is still here, then I can take a request from Just Nicole. Let's see. What's up, Joe Mama? All right, I'm doing the poll now. That was our opportunity. You know what's going to happen? Now that I started the poll, a bunch of people are going to come in and say suggestions that they want me to draw. I'm reading the chat right now. You don't see the gift shop option this time? You'll be right back. Gonna come from the link and see if you can see it. So Toby, if you come from, well, you might be gone already, but if you come from the, let me think for a moment. If you just go to my YouTube page and then tap on the live option from there, that should show the proper page, because I know what you're talking about, Toby. Like, if I join through the wrong link, it doesn't show the gift option, so I totally understand that. Giving everybody an opportunity to get those votes in. We might be drawing Ash Ketchum. Oh, I should, unpin that message from earlier. So, get those votes in. Beep, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boo. Ash Ketchum's still winning. I'm gonna put 30 seconds left on the poll. I'm gonna do Kanto. You see it now, yay! It sure is, Sticky, it sure is. I don't know if I necessarily hate that, though. Because I've had a lot of success on the other platform, I'll tell you what. Alright, the poll is over. The results are in, and I'm going to be etching Ash Ketchum. Etch and Ketchum. That's kind of fun to say. I'm looking for an image. The way I started that sentence made me think I was going to say I'm looking for a man in finance. Okay. I think I found a nice image of Ash Ketchum to work with. I'm just going to go with a good old-fashioned classic. A classic Ashic. Okay. Reference image acquired. Alright. The time for free requests is over at this time, so the only time I'll keep the super chat request screen on screen. I could switch over to this. There we go. I'll just keep it like that for a little bit. How about that? Oh, it certainly has, Sticky. It certainly has. So I don't mind other platforms trying to be better competitors to it, you know? I do not mind that one iota. I feel like there's no way Hamad's comment is going to lead to a positive answer. Yeah, they're certainly, well, that's an interesting statement, Sticky, that they might be following, yeah, there's a solid chance. I'll give you that. Yeah, that I just can't, we can only hope for the best. I think the fact that YouTube already started with, a really solid choice to, like, split AdSense revenue, like, that's life-changing. And I feel like as long as they have that agreement, they're already going to be significantly better than any platform out there, you know? There it was. There it was. We knew it was going to be a crappy joke, didn't we? Everybody collectively roll your eyes. We all saw that one coming from 5 miles away, didn't we? They are. They are pom-poms on the top of my head. These were your childhood, Henry? Hey! Happy to give you that dose of nostalgia. By the way, for anybody joining in, if you're enjoying the stream, if you could do me a solid and double tap that screen. The #1 thing that I'm trying to promote today are those new gifts available for US citizens only. It shows cool animations on screen, so if you are a US citizen and you decide to show any support monetarily, that is the way that I actually prefer over super chats today. I'm trying to push those a lot because I think that those are going to be a more accessible way for people to show support in the future. And to anybody wondering, I am Etch A Sketching Ash Ketchum. Let me just do a little... I'm going to pin Frida's message. Yeah. Oh, I feel you there, Sticky. Are you talking about for short form or long form? Or both? I'll tell you what, Skywars. If you try out the new YouTube GIFs, I'll draw that for you. I don't know what that is, but I'll look it up. Both in any category of vids. Yeah, I mean, my rev has certainly been down, but I've also just been on a downward trend of publishing videos, so it's kind of on me. I had my most successful out the gate long form video this year, though. It didn't necessarily continue being popular, but yeah, 3 channels, all different categories, both any category videos. Yeah. Well, I find my short form probably gets better revenue than it did in the beginning of the YouTube short beta, because I was getting 0 cents on all those videos. And then I was getting a lot of videos that got 2 cents per 1,000, which is really low. Oops, let me just do not disturb there. There we go. And so I feel like my ad rev on short form is higher per 1,000 views than it used to be, but I'm also getting significantly less views. It's a much more saturated space than it used to be, you know? And also I think my videos just haven't been as good. Billy 2, I'll draw your profile pic if you send super chats. How about that? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's been a mix for me of, like, not being the most algorithmically friendly creator and not publishing videos enough. And also probably not publishing... Hey, thanks, Sticky. I'm pretty happy with this Ash hat myself. And just maybe not making the most compelling content, you know? It's a lot of work to make compelling content. But that's okay. There's always next year. There's always the next video. But no, I can imagine a lot of creators are hurting right now for a lot of reasons. I feel like in a lot of ways, I feel like I've been in my flop era. It's been very self-imposed, though, and I'm just trying to, like, be comfortable in it right now, because I just haven't had the, like... the wherewithal to create, like, viral quality video content, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to be kind to myself instead of being down on myself. Like, I just bought a house. We just moved to a new home. We just got married. Like, I've been, you know, from my personal perspective, I've been very busy. So I'm trying to be kind to myself. We are currently at 26 likes and 61 lovely viewers tuning in. If you are a first-time viewer, I would love if you showed your support by double tap of that screen. And please introduce yourself. I'm very curious to meet many of you. One of the reasons why I love live streaming is because it's about community. And I truly believe that it's thanks to live streaming that I even formed community. I don't know if I really truly had proper bona fide community before I started live streaming. So live streaming's brought a lot of good to my life, you know? And that community comes from all of you. I'm grateful for that. Take a break from socials a couple months for me was the best thing you've done in years for your art career. That's awesome, Sticky. Yeah, I actually haven't ever taken a break from socials since I've started doing this 8 years ago. I might have taken, like, a week for a vacation or something, but I've never taken, like, you know, say, like, a month hiatus. I've done that for streaming, and I don't think that was good for my streaming career, unfortunately, because I fell off pretty hard because I wasn't, like, streaming to an audience anymore. And I think when it comes to streaming, you really can't do that. You really can't take a break because, like, 90% of your audience is... They have a routine when they watch their streamers, and if you're not, like, providing enough routine for them, you'll have your ride or dies, you'll have your diehards, you'll have your core audience that will try to tune in whenever they can, but, like, if you're not there for them consistently, they're not going to be there for you consistently, and it's pretty brutal. It's hard, but I love doing it, and I'm a human being that sometimes needs to take breaks, you know? It happens. Yeah, absolutely, Serena. I think I've been harder on myself than anyone in my life has been hard on me. I don't know. I think people have been hard on me growing up, so it depends. Drawing Ash's eyeballs. It's a bit like having friends in your 30s. Yeah. I'm working really hard to make local friends right now. And I think it's working. I'm going to these local meetups, and I've started going, like, and I've started making friends through that, and that's been really cool. Like, I'm meeting people, everybody. I'm meeting people. It feels wholesome. Okay, so now we're gonna draw the shape of Ash's noggin. Thank you, Frida. I appreciate it. People get busy, and with so much on socials, people forget. Yeah. Yeah. The second eye is smaller. You're totally right. I see it too. This eye here is smaller. I could go back. I was thinking about going back, but I was gonna plot the shape of the chin first. Let me go in and try to make that a little bigger. You're right. I think in this reference photo, one eye is just a little bit lower than the other too. So I can kind of like extend it a little bit. Yeah, it's not gonna be exactly the same size. I can make the left, or his left eye a little bit smaller in a minute. That helped a little bit what I did there, though. But yeah, you're right. It was a little smaller. And it continues to be a little bit smaller. Alright. Yeah, let me make this eye a little bit smaller in comparison. I could just cut in a little bit lower on this. There we go. That helped a little. It's a little better. Where's the undo button, right? Ha! If only, right? No Control Z on this Etch A Sketch. Oh, thank you, Claire. Yeah. No, I try to be a self-aware critic of my work. I think that's important because I am not infallible. And I try to be open to critique. There's his little nose. I'm happy with how this Ash is turning out so far. No double tap feature like iPad. Double tapping only likes the stream. It does not undo on Etch A Sketch, unfortunately. Nah, nothing. Welcome to everyone tuning in. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Jane. I'm Princess Etch. I'm a professional Etch A Sketch artist, and today I'm working on a drawing of Ash Ketchum. I have worked for the likes of companies such as Disney, Cartoon Network, MTV, Netflix, Ripley's Believe It or Not, Callaway Golf. I don't know why I always remember Callaway Golf. I've done work for Toys R Us. I've done work for Spin Master, which is the company that manufactures Etch A Sketch. I've traveled the world thanks to Etch A Sketch. If you have any questions about what I do and why I do it and how I do it, now is a perfect time for you to ask. I also have plenty of videos that can show more information. For example, there is a Modern Marvels feature. I was on Modern Marvels in 2021? Yeah. When you got into digital art, you were using only iPad to draw for a while and went back to traditional. Definitely double tapped a few times thinking it would do something. I have on occasion tried to, I have to think about this. I don't think I've ever tried to shake my phone, but I have had to. I have tried to tap my screen on my Etch A Sketch now and then to like do things that it wouldn't normally do. 33 people have liked the stream so far. Thank you so much. I'll tell you what, if we get to 50 likes in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes starting now. If we get to 50 likes in the next 5 minutes, I will do another free request for the audience. So make sure to double tap that screen if you haven't yet. Okay, let's get to it. Working on the ear. Hello, Hamad. Are you the same Hamad from earlier? No, I don't think so. Unless you changed your profile pic. You're actually a collector of the Ripley's Believe It or Not books. Which version? That's so cool, KRP. I'm in the 19th annual Beyond the Bazaar. You'll see the feature on me. It's near the middle of the book. That is so cool. And apparently, and I found this out quite recently because my cousin showed me pictures, I had absolutely no clue that there was a small feature on my art at the Ripley's Auditorium in Niagara Falls. So I need to go to that Ripley's to get some photos next to my display. I have a whole flippin' display and a little electronic, a little video that showcases my work. Oh, I banned you for that joke? Oh, here, let me do a better job of banning you. Sorry about that, Hamad. Yeah, I absolutely did ban them for that joke. They didn't even get banned. Oh, it was my pleasure to actually kick them. Dude, why would I be okay with people making, like, sexist, misogynist jokes to me? Can you imagine if a stranger went up to a woman and was like, women are stupid. Oh, why are you mad at me? All I said is women are stupid. Like, okay, I'm supposed to just take that right up the butt? Like, no. No, I don't have to just be okay with people disrespecting me and just, like... Yeah, it wasn't a funny joke. It wasn't, like... Yeah. You're looking through your collections, you type to see if you have that annual. Oh, I hope you do. It's got a red cover. Well, they're all very cool covers. So that was the 2019. I think that's volume 19. It was the 2019 annual, if that helps. Maybe it wasn't the number 19, actually. I'm just thinking 19 because 2019. There we go. We've got someone actually mad that I talk on a live stream. I'm sorry, would you rather me skibbity toilet all over the place? Is that what you're looking for? Is that the kind of content you enjoy? You could scroll to the next live stream to get some brain rot. I'm sorry, I try to interact with my community. Alright, goodbye, Peppa Big. Ash Mustard. Poof. There they went. I don't understand. People come in here and they're like, we want you to do things differently. I'm not for you. I'm not for you. You want me to be different than I currently am. I'm just not for you. There are billions of people on this planet. I promise there's someone that's better for you to watch on YouTube. It's not the red cover. Oh, you do have the one with the red cover. That might be it then, KRP. If it's Beyond the Bazaar, that one would be it. Yes, one mistake. This is true. It is an unforgiving medium. We're at 37 likes with 1 minute and 25 left. We will do another free request if we get 13 more likes, so double tap that screen if you're enjoying the stream. Thank you, Drizzt. I appreciate that. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. Yes. To nobody, that's it. Exactly. Exactly. There was a really good video I watched recently where this woman, she's like, I have a gallery show opening in Bethesda. And then someone's like, well, what if I don't live in Bethesda? She's like, then don't come. Like, it's so simple. It's so simple. Like, life does not revolve around every individual person's preferences. But I promise you that there are so many options out there that there's going to be someone who's a better fit for you if you don't like me. It's totally cool. I don't take it personally unless you try to personally attack me for not being your preference, you know? I get it. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I'm pretty. That's cool. Thanks. I appreciate that. All right. Bum, 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 bum. I'm not trying to cater to every single human being. That would be impossible for one. And for 2, it would be exhausting, right? I'd have to like sacrifice aspects of who I am to cater to try to cater to everyone. Right, but you can't eat that. The bean soup. It's the bean soupification. All right, we did hit 40 likes. Unfortunately, we did not hit that like goal, but thank you to everybody who double tapped that screen. My favorite character of all time in general? Oh gosh. I mean, from the Pokemon universe, it's Misty. Thank you for subscribing, JK. Check out my videos if you're enjoying what you see on stream. I promise you, my videos are more polished and probably quicker units of entertainment in shorter periods of time. But you don't get that real-time interaction like you do on my streams. Love hearing that people are subscribing, though. You're so right, KRPTV. You're so right. It's worth starting the dialogue, though, so at least people understand the reasoning behind why I do this or that, you know? Why do it on this? You mean this media? Well, Etch A Sketch is my favorite medium, so that's basically the whole why of it. Alright, let's fill in Ash's hair. There we go. Oh, you like this thing? I'm glad to hear. It's given me a possible headache over time. We're gonna find out. It is rather tight. I got it from Target a few years ago. It's a pom-pom headband. They do sell them at Target still, but they don't look the same colors. They changed the colors up a bit. I don't like the colors as much, but it's still cool. Ash was wild in the first two. Yeah, things he said. He threw some good shade at people now and then. Yes, Claire, I have accidentally erased my work during preservation or damaged it. And it is the most heartbreaking thing because after all of that time and effort, not only to make the drawing, but then to make it permanent, all for it to be a waste, infuriating. Absolutely infuriating. Especially because I have a horrible habit of needing to preserve the art near a deadline. So that means I have to rush to redo it, which means that I'm already like quadruple angry, you know? Can I color? On Etch A Sketch, no. It's black or white, or I should say grayscale. Drawing Ash's jacket right now. The longest art to Traxon, exclamation point Mona Lisa. That's one of my longest art pieces. It may not be the longest of all time, but it's up there. Welcome to everyone joining in. It looks like we've got a nice new audience tuning in. Quick little introduction. My name is Jane. I go by Princess Etch. My name is... I already said my name is Jane, but I'm a princess. I'm self-appointed royalty. I am an Etch A Sketch artist, and I'm a little tongue-tied right now. For the last 8 years, I've been a full-time professional Etch A Sketch artist. I've traveled the world drawing on an Etch A Sketch. Done work in the Netflix movie Spiderhead. I have created art for Disney, Cartoon Network, MTV, bunch of other really cool, fun, awesome companies. And I did some work from Universal, like, last year? Was that 2 years ago? Blizzard Entertainment. A lot of really cool, awesome companies. And I've been live streaming now for the last 3 years. My goodness, how time is flying. The biggest art would be my skeleton series, which I don't think I have a link to the skeleton. Can a moderator add that to my to-do list? Make a ping for skeleton Etch A Sketch? That would be great. Make a skeleton Etch A Sketch ping. That should be enough info. And then if a moderator hasn't done it yet in the live mod or mod channels, I would love to get screenshots of all the lovely GIFs available now through YouTube. If you're a US citizen, you should have access to YouTube GIFs now. There should be a little GIF box icon on the bottom right of your screen. If you see that and you send me a gift, I'll do your request next. A new person who's never sent a gift before, I don't care how big or small the gift is, I'll do your request next. But it has to be within the next 2 minutes. I'm setting a timer. I love being able to set timers on the side and just like keep working. Yes, great question, Visitor7. I am using reference photo. I have one that's on my computer screen. So I'm looking at my computer screen as I'm reading the chat. Great question, Toby. So this one I'm looking for someone who's never been in my stream before, potentially, if that helps. Although I would be happy to do a request for you as well. You're a quilter, a lot more forgiving. You unpick stitches, as if a pattern's that off, it can be infuriating. Deadlines are nerve-wracking if there's a mistake. Yes! You get it. You get how nerve-wracking, like, when there's a deadline, it's like 20 times worse. It's one thing to make a mistake when it's like, oh, I guess I gotta redo this part. But, like, when it's due, like, tomorrow, it's the worst. Gifts are very expensive in your currency. So, the gift feature is for US citizens only. It's a pilot test that YouTube's trying out. And you won't even see that gift box icon. Oh my goodness, Benjamin! Thank you so much. I see that clapping seal gift. I would love to do a request for you next, Benjamin. Thank you very much for that. In fact, let me play a little, thank you for the lovely gift. That was very kind of you. And that is what the gifts look like for those who are tuning in. Thank you again, Benjamin. Let me know. A sunflower, I would love to do. All right, once I finish up this Ash Ketchum, you're getting a sunflower next. I love Etch A Sketching sunflowers, too. That's probably my favorite flower to Etch A Sketch, to be honest. And I'm almost done with the ash, so the timing is very good. And I guess I could end this timer. Oh, well, it's going to end it itself in a moment. There we go. How long have I been live now? Does anyone know? And welcome to everyone joining in. We got almost 100 people tuning in. Are we going to break that big 100? We're at 98 right now. That's a good sign. All right. I'm going to do a little shading on Ash's jacket, and then the sunflower is next. So his jacket is traditionally blue, but we're going to just do parallel lines to show a gradation of sorts. 58 minutes, almost an hour. All right. Thank you, Adam. I appreciate it. Oh, we lost that 98. That's okay. Make sure in my chat to let me know if we hit 100. If you could do that, that'd be great. Because I'm not seeing the view count most of the time while I'm streaming. And then he's wearing a darker shirt, so I'm gonna actually make this much darker. Did we really? Did we really? My phone's saying 98 over here. Well, that's crazy. Wow. It dropped back. Ah, it was a brief period of time. I missed it. I'll keep an eye out. That's fantastic, though. We did hit over 100. How long have I been drawing on an Etch A Sketch? So I started when I was 4, and I am 33 now. So roughly at least 28 years. I just turned 33, so... yeah, I picked one up when I was a kid, and I basically never put it down. And if you would have told me at 4 that this would be my career, I certainly would not have believed you. I thought I was going to be like a teacher or something. I do teach workshops in Etch A Sketch, but I figured that teaching was going to be like more likely as my career path. Ooh, exclamation point furry for more information, Weston. Thank you, Walter. Hola, Lucas. 102? Hey, it says 95 on my end. I keep missing it. There we go. People like to ask me my opinion on furries. But I have a prepared statement about my sentiments regarding furries. Thank you, Walter. Yes. This is something that I have developed as a skill over decades of my life. So I don't know if I make it look easy for people, but I can assure you that this is something that I learned how to do over thousands of hours of practice. Not even exaggerating. Literally thousands of hours. I have logged in over 1,000 hours of live streaming on one platform alone in the last 3 years. You can guess which platform that is if you've been watching my streams for a while. Okay, and we have finished Ash. So next up is that sunflower. Thank you again to Benjamin for sending that lovely gift earlier. So I'm going to draw a sunflower for you. Let me grab an Etch A Sketch. What do we got here? We're going to say goodbye to the concept of ham. Many apologies to Blue Spirit for saying goodbye to this one, but we're erasing the concept of ham in 3, 2, 1, because we're going to use this for the sunflower. Oh, thank you, Summer. I appreciate that. I actually have a video on drawing a circle. Thank you, Claire. I appreciate that. Okay, so we're going to start this one around the center here. And we're going to scooch this ash a little distance away. Just set it in the side for now. And starting off on that hardest thing I have made. I always refer to that Mona Lisa rendition because the Mona Lisa just took me so long, you know? We're back at 90 viewers. That's fantastic. To anybody just now joining in, you got here at the perfect time. I'm just about to start a new Etch A Sketch drawing, and this time it's going to be a sunflower. I'll look at a picture to make it a little bit more accurate. Perfect. I got like the perfect sunflower pick. Here we go. This one's going to be a nice quick one too. So I promise if you just now tuned in, you're going to be here for probably around a minute to see the sunflower happening. You are witnessing a sunflower being etched from one of the fastest and one of the only professional Etch A Sketch artists in the world. So you're here for an auspicious moment if this is your first time here on my YouTube stream. By the way, if you are new here, my name is Jane. I'm Princess Etch. I go by Princess Etch. I am a professional Etch A Sketch artist, and this has been my career for the last 8 years and change. And it is an honor to have you here on my YouTube stream today. All right, so we have filled in the center of the sunflower. Sunflowers are also your favorite, Claire? That's awesome. Yes, you found me, KRB TV! That's awesome. It was volume 16. I forgot which volume it was. I think I conflated 16 with 19. That's so cool that you have a collection of the Ripley's books. Narina's! Love seeing that highlighted message. Thank you, as always, to my lovely members. You are the backbone of my support here on YouTube. For some reason, it rejects your comment. Look at your last comment in the chat. I don't know why it's rejecting your comment. That's very curious, Narina's. I can't see it. Can any moderator see it? Or is there a message on Discord? You could send it on Discord if I can't see it here. I could double check that for you, though. Thank you, by the way, for your 4-month membership. So I don't see any comments from you other than that that highlighted message you just sent. So feel free to, I can see yours, True Goats. Yeah, if any moderators can speak to if they can or cannot see. We're at 102 viewers right now. That is fantastic. Welcome to everyone joining in. I'm working on a very quick sunflower Etch A Sketch drawing. I love drawing sunflowers. You're on iPhone. That's cool. Congratulations for using an iPhone. All right. I always loved how iconic, like, the center of a sunflower was. I have just sketched a self-portrait of myself. I have a video about it, actually. I did it on a live stream. That was done on it is a YouTube video. I couldn't tell you. If you look up Etch A Sketch self-portrait on YouTube, you'll find my YouTube short about it. if you're interested in seeing how that turned out, because I was really proud of that rendition. That was a fun stream. I need to repurpose more stream content. Thank you, Shelby. I appreciate that. I told you all it would take just a few moments. Maybe a little more than a minute, though. And we're not even finished yet, because I'm gonna do this one, and then they often have like layers, so I'm just gonna add an additional layer here, really showing like the incredible amount of petals. Just making the rounds. You collect the Guinness World Record books every year too? Ooh! They're excellent books, though. I can understand why you collect them. So I only own 2 of the Ripley's books. I own Beyond the Bazaar, and then I own Level Up, which I think was the last year's Ripley's book. And the reason why I own Level Up is because 3 of my friends are in it, and one of my friends, I actually managed to land him. I actually landed the features for a few people in that book. But one of the people that I landed the feature for, they sent me a book as thanks, which was incredibly sweet of them. And I have a beautiful personalized message from them. And this is going to sound really sad, everybody. And it's because it is really sad. This is a friend that I made who also works in unique media. And I haven't talked about it much online. I don't mean to be a downer, but he and I were playing phone tag for a little bit. And I knew that he had cancer, and unfortunately, he recently passed away. So that book is a very treasured possession of mine because it's got a very sweet letter of gratitude from him, and he told me himself that his feature in that Ripley's book was kind of like a swan song in a way. So I'm incredibly honored that I was able to help facilitate that process for him, and that he was able to get that feature to add upon his already amazing legacy. Yeah. I have certainly made a rose before. So a swan song is like a final performance. When people give a swan song, it's like their last performance. Yeah. And it usually is like a really good performance too. I feel like when you say a swan song, it's usually like a memorable. Yeah. Post it in the Discord. Can I do Rimuru Tempest? Oh, sure! Absolutely! Oh my gosh, thank you so much for that lovely super chat as well. Thank you very much. That is very kind of you, Noreen has. Oh, and I keep forgetting your Narinjas, right? Like Ninja, Narinjas. Feel free to correct me. I'll check the message in a second. All right, and we're gonna call it on this here sunflower. So thank you again for the lovely suggestion. Feel free to take a screenshot if you so desire. This stream will be archived, so you'll be able to check it out on YouTube once the stream is over if you ever want to watch the video. And we're going to make a very important vote right now for which drawing to erase. So we are going to put it up against... I'm so sorry, Toby. I'm doing this to you. It's going to be up against this guy. So setting up the erase options right now. And I'm going to set up the poll as we speak. And the next drawing will be from Narinjas. Feel free to choose. I will also accept a 250 coin gift as the final vote. We have 1 minute timer starting right now. Make sure to get those votes in for which drawing to erase. Votes are ruling strongly for erasing the sunflower. Even Benjamin's like, erase the sunflower, don't erase the Fallout guy. There's huge support for the Fallout guy. Uh-oh, the support is waning. This is going to be a tight vote. We got 28 seconds left. Which one is it gonna be? $15 seconds left. And we are neck and neck. If you haven't yet cast your vote, now's your time to do so. It is free to vote. You just gotta tap on the poll. And The vote is over. Ending the poll now. Wow. Look at how tight that vote was. Only 15 people voted. Is 50% keep both? It could have been in that situation. But we are saying goodbye to the bottom drawing. So this survived another day. We will be saying goodbye to that sunflower though. It was with us for such a short time. But it is time for it to wilt away. Erasing in 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's do Narinja's drawing next. Okay. So I'm setting it up. Excuse me. Okay. I'm looking up your request right now, and I'm going to check your message in Discord right now. Oh, I see your message on Discord. Thank you, Narinjas. And no worries that you haven't been on until now. I also have been, like, completely off streaming for a little bit. So, you haven't missed much. I've been gone for a while. Oh, thank you, Death. I appreciate that. That's such a funny thing to say. Thank you, Death. Okay, so let me look up your request for a second. Rimuru Tempest in slime form with a mustache. We're going to copy that. We're going to search for that. Oh, this is very cute. I'm into this. I'm looking at reference photos right now. Okay. I got a good image. I'm going to remove the... I found an image, but it's got like a plant in front of it. I'm going to remove the plant, but I'll put it on a stump because it was on a stump in this reference photo. 136 watching! Oh my goodness. Well, you're about to see me start another request in just a moment, so welcome to everyone joining in. I'm going to start right up here. Well, now we're popping off, huh? Thank you, by the way, to the 53 lovely individuals who tapped that screen. Every screen tap equals 1 Etch A Sketch drawing. No, that's not true. I can't do 53 Etch A Sketch drawings. Okay, there we go. It has been placed. I think that is our peak concurrent viewers today, 136. Alright, so we are drawing the slime form of Rimuru Tempest with the mustache. I'm into that. Okay. And I don't remember what form. It was a green. So 1 second. Let me just hit the... The green is a 2 minute. Okay, I'll do 2 minutes on the clock for this. Here we go, 2 minutes. Alright, I think I could do this in 2 minutes. I did start the drawing technically already, so you got a little more than 2 minutes. I'm drawing the mustache right now. And to anybody else who would be interested in a guaranteed request, I think at this point, that's the only request I'm going to be taking for the rest of this stream. I might have you vote on one more Pokemon, but... What do you all say? I can extend the stream if we hit a like goal. Does that seem reasonable? Great question, Claire. Yes, it's individual people for the way that likes are counted on this stream. Great question. We've got 1 minute and 11 left, and I'm drawing the mustache. Alright. And there's like a stump here. I'm drawing the stump right now. "28 seconds to go. Doesn't look like much right now, huh? There's kind of some patterns on the stump. Let's draw the actual shape of the slime, huh? We got 16 seconds left. There we go. Thank you, Shelby. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I'm gonna finish the shape. There we go. And there is your slime form of Rimuru Tempest with the mustache. That's a unique request if I've ever gotten one before. Much appreciated. Alright. I will do... I said if we hit a certain light goal. If we can get... I'm going to have you all vote for another thing, so... I'm going to do the vote for erasing, and that's going to last 1 minute. If by the end of that minute, we get to 75 likes, we're at 62 right now, so we need 13 new people to double tap the screen. If we get to 75 likes by the end of the erasing, I will do another request for all of you. That's the only way, though. Otherwise, the stream will be ending. So I'm going to grab 2 Etch A Sketches. We're going to vote between... Dweeble, the Pokemon, or Dwebble, and another Pokemon, Staryu. So we've got erase. We've got the Staryu here. We're gonna put up the poll, start the poll, and we've got 1 minute on the clock now. So we are at 63 likes, 12 more people. If you tap the screen, I will do another free request. Otherwise, the stream will be over. And did the poll work? Yes. Okay. So we're voting between Dwebble and Staryu. We got a Luigi in the chat, everybody. 67 likes. We're 8 likes away. 33 seconds to go. All you gotta do is double tap the screen. 22 seconds left on this poll. Which one's gonna get erased? It's looking like we're definitely saying goodbye to Staryu. Three seconds left. All right, the decision has been made, the die has been cast, and we are saying goodbye to the top drawing. Erasing Staryu in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is true. Alora is correct for a $100 super chat. Yeah, I'll draw my own foot. And it is gone. Well, we are at 70 likes. We were 5 away, everybody. Alas, we did not hit the goal today, but that is okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in today. I hope you had a fun time, because I certainly did. I am going to head out now, everybody. Thank you again for your lovely support. I'm going to pause the music for a sec. There we go. And say some final words. It was such a pleasure to spend time with all of you today. I hope you had a fun time. I always have a lot of fun drawing requests for all of you. If you would like to tune into a future stream, I highly encourage you to not only subscribe to my YouTube to be informed about future streams, but also to join my Discord, !Discord in the chat for more information. If for some reason that link does not work for you, I encourage you to go to my channel, my YouTube channel About Me, and there is a link to my Discord there as well. I always inform people about when I stream, and I often ask my audience to have a say in what I do in my future streams. So if you would like to have a say on how I host my future streams, where I host them, when I host them, and what I do, feel free to join my Discord there. So, oh, thank you, Benjamin, for the lovely high five gift. I do sincerely appreciate that. Let me drop another little thank you animation for that. Thank you so much. Love seeing those little animations on my screen. I caught it in the chat, so I missed it on my phone today, but that's okay. So thank you for all the lovely subscribers. Thank you so much for everybody for your lovely patience and for your lovely attention. I know that means the world, because you really could be anywhere in the world and you decided to watch my stream. So I had a blast. I certainly hope you had a blast as well. And I hope to catch you all next time. All right, now.